Okay, let's go to freaking court, bro. Let's rise from the ashes in court. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the ace attorney. I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. I'm not confused, bro. I know everything. After all, the victim was murdered in two different places at the same time. I don't think that is true. I think he was murdered in the police station. Okay, how they got him to the damn car trunk, I don't know. That is doubtful. Maybe he was not murdered in the place. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I'm confused now. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. I mean, I haven't even seen the damn video yet. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished actually. Really? All-nighter? I'm used to all-nighters though. So how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I am as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. Yeah, Marshall. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. Oh! That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. I mean, he did it, I think. I don't know. We have to play the cards we are dead. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. I mean, she did the same thing for herself, right? She blamed herself. I don't think she did it. Courtroom number 9? How many damn courtrooms? February 24, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, the prosecution is... Oh, I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Damn true. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Okay. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he knows nothing about what he's doing. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Fake it till you make it. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. Oh yeah, the freaking guard. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy, things are getting wild from the get-go. It's Meekins, Mr. Meekins. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is that would be murderer, sir. Really? Come on, man. Uh, no one says anything. Uh, so you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what would you like to hear? Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. What the hell? Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Come on, Judge. Officer Meekins. Yeah, yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. What the hell? You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. He's a little crazy. Crime report, sir. Great. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Okay. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked, and this guy who was dressed up as Goodman was probably Marshall. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto two others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. He should be willing to give me info. Crime report, sir. Cross-examination. Let's begin. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Where the hell was Marshall? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Really? Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. Oh, the Blue Badger. The Blue Badger. Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. Yep, the dancing, but he was taken away. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. Okay, it was moved to the evidence room. Right. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. So you went in. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Suspicious man on the security screen rushed into the room. Okay, hold it. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, correct? Which one is it? There it is, I found it. This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989569. That's my number, sir. I see, but the number, whatever, is not there. Oh, it's shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And that happened after Edgeworth went in, 10 minutes after that, okay. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see, so it was during that second time when... Yes, sir, that was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Data added to the ID card record. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. First of all, I don't want to present anything right now. I just want to check this. Oh, that's not the one. So we still have one person who went in. We don't know who it is. That's 420. Then Miles Edgeworth went in, did something. Mike Meekins then went in at 450. Bruce Goodman entered at 514. And then right after him went in Mike Meekins again. Okay. I was attacked. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir, a knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. So he was probably stealing or taking out the knife from evidence, the broken one. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you'd just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. And then you fainted. I fought for my life, then I did it. You don't know what you did. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into Kung Fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. Really? You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. Great. I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. 5:30. That was after the murder. How did the other officer get in there? Okay, I guess it's not in the list. He hit me right in the head too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. His ear broke. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meakin? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Grant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it. What is that? A videotape? Probably of the attack. Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection!
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Great. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Insane. Okay. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. You called yourself a murderer. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Oh well, there's the blue badger. He's broken. Even now, the ear. Hey, hey. Oh, he's walking in. Oh, he opened it. The glove fell out. I mean, your ass is sneaking in there. Okay, he did not punch. He stabbed you in the face. He freaking slashed him. Okay, there was just a fight. There was no murder. But then where did he go? He was probably hiding behind the blue badger. His ass was hiding behind the blue badger. Yep, and then that cloth got stuck there. Yeah, okay. Easy enough. Edgeworth is like, what the hell? He doesn't care. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the blue badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Security video added to the court record. Yes, well, anyway. Okay, Judge. Shut up. Give me a second. Let me check this again. We'll watch it again. Can I not fast forward this damn thing? This is at 17:14. Okay. At 5:14. You dressed up as him came in, so he was already probably murdered before. The glove fell down. Was there a cloth in there? There was not. There's no cloth in the other locker. And he's walking up. Now, this is an important part. He comes up behind him. When he turns around, immediately stabs. Then all the blood on his coat. Then he runs over, hides behind the plywood thing. He knows the camera is there. Can I see him behind the plywood, the blue badger? Not really. But then when he turns around, we see the cloth there and then he's gone. Right. And then did it just reset? It reset. Okay. Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone. It was Marshall. In the evidence room and some activity took place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Witness testimony, mystery man. Alright. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, and that's on purpose, I think. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. That is true, but he had a glove. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Are we sure though? There was a glove that fell down. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead. But everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Mystery man, cross-examination. Face can't be clearly seen in the video. Hold it. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter. You did not see. The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I am not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. Please don't. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Oh. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stare as disturbing or... Meekins! Eat the chicken. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. It's true. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? He said there's there's like a difficult way to do it. There is one, right? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, was the light already open? Then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. The unquestionably good man's locker. One second, I want to check this again. So all the lights are off. Was that light already on? That's what I want to know. It was already open. Get shit on. How do you know that information? I have heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. Oh. For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must be him, no one else could have unlocked it. It was already open, idiots. However, the most important detail is not shown in the video, the man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do, after all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. Nope. And it was his knife that tried to thrust his... It was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled stare can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is... unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? There's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. The light is on, it is open. Strange. This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Objection! Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. Yes, of course, everyone would want you to point it out. Yes. Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright, but how? Oh, there you go. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Okay, first of all, you're gonna save. Because you never know this game, sometimes. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. Yeah, I mean, you get beat up there. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that points to... Okay, well, how do I pause? Backspace pauses. Right here, the light. See, it's on. The light, it's on. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. The light is already on. I got that. Why am I watching the whole thing again? When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Aren't we just... Oh, we are rewinding. We are doing that. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah, you chicken. Order. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. The locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. The glove was probably blocking it. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. Great. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor. Something. Jammed the sensor? Say... There's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, the freaking glove. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Enter to fast forward. Let's fast forward. Look at this glove falling out, bro. This glove. I present to you a glove. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh, great. You don't have to replay the whole thing. Exactly at 43. Look at that glove falling down. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often roll out and fall out of my car. What? We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Get the glove, bro. Judge. You gotta, like, get smart. Obviously, the glove was jamming it open. See, when he opens it, the glove immediately falls out. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, the tie chokes me, but the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Extremely thin rubber glove. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. Look at the tag. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Oh. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meakin? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Why is he bent? Order, order, order. So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. What? What does he know? Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. We have a fingerprint as well. Mystery man number 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. People lose their ID cards all the time. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Okay. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 5:14, is that of the victim? Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases. Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, his hair is already spiky. There were only a few cases up for transferal there and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Alright. History Man 2, cross-examination. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. Yeah, true. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Huh. Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. He lost something. Right, he lost his ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. And he didn't remember his number because he lost his damn ID card. Right. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness is referring to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. Oh, what's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. Yes. So it is, Your Honor. Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Mommy, is that man in blue a murderer in blue? Shush, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong color, kid. Come on. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. You sure? Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. But maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. But then where am I supposed to show the thing? I know what I want to show. I want to show this. This, see, Bruce Goodman, lost item. He had lost his ID card. He didn't even know that's why he didn't know his ID. See, 574. He didn't know what ID he had because he lost the damn card. Detective had used his card. Okay, save me here. I'm gonna show this and hope the game knows that that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't crap out on me. There you go. Oh, it doesn't. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Huh? It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Yeah, okay. Maybe I show it here. I know it has got to do with this. Take of his fingerprints, IDs. Got to be this, but where? On what do I show it? I'll go on this one. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I am not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. No, not that crime scene. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the police evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order, order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order, order, order! Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Oh? Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes, what's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. It is obviously. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. True. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. You're doing it now! This isn't going to end well. It's fine. Well, well. It seems you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edwards. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. No. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness, is she? Observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah! I knew the testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? I can answer that. And where did this person disappear to? I can answer that also. However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Object. Obviously it matters. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. No. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder, but it did show the murderer. And then there's a cloth there, right? He opened the locker, put something in and ran away. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Except the handprint. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. It's okay, I know who it is. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor. The defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testified, what is his or her name? Jake Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He is in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Yep. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Subpoenaed? Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Yay, let's eat food. February 24, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Dana says nothing. That's fine. Say nothing. It's okay. I'll see you in the next one. We obviously know what happened, right? He used the ID card. My man was already dead. Okay, first thing, Goodman was dead, I think, already at that time. And stuffed inside Edgeworth's car, killed with Edgeworth's knife by flippin' Marshall or whatever, I don't know. Then Marshall took his coat and his ID card and stuff. ID card was taken beforehand, maybe, I don't know. But he snuck in, knocked out the freaking Meekins, stole some stuff, ran away. Then he drove to the damn prosecutor's office and dropped the ID card there or something. I don't know exactly. Maybe when he went to investigate, he dropped it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.